Hello and welcome back to the Zul'jin Distillery Invitational League. I am the Crushinator and I will be your caster for this evening for this matchup between Nexus Cats and I Must Feed. Getting set up here for game number one. Our last player is about to log in and we'll have this game started up right away. See if I can time this out properly. See if the last player will show up and save me as we go over to the map screen. Looking at the banned maps for this series, Sky Temple, Braxis Holdout, Towers of Doom, and Alterac Pass have been banned away for this series. You know what that means, right? You know what that means? That means Hanamura and Haunted Mines are open. They're not going to take them, but they are open. 10-minute rule. There is technically, I believe this league runs on a 15-minute rule. I'd have to check with the wit, but I believe it was 15 minutes in NGS. This league usually mirrors the NGS setup. And our last player has joined, so we will be going into game number one here in just a moment, which is going to be on Volskaya Foundry as brought to us by I Must Feed. Come on, start the draft. Do it. I dare you. We're so close. We've got 10 in our lobby. Going to be starting up here in just a moment. Special Kid Miles, how you doing today? Gino 31B, how you doing today? Turd Herder, McGiblets, Chat is Life, thank you very much for the follows as we were booting up the stream. I appreciate the support. Should have game number one for you here in just a moment. Nikki G, how you doing in the chat? One team is ready. We're switching captains. We've got a countdown. I'm trying not to go back to the face cam. It's getting awkward. Come on, do you start the draft? Oh my goodness. Alright, you know what? It's okay. It's okay. We're just going to come back here. We're going to come back here for just a couple of seconds, just so we're not lingering on the map screen anymore. It's going to be Volskaya Foundry for game number one, pretty much the most standard map there is. Very predictable macro-wise. So if I had to guess at the bands, ooh, I'm going to guess Cassia band, I'm going to guess Mei band, I'm going to guess Tassadar band, and just to spice it up, let's say Li Ming's band. Maybe Deckard. Let's see how it goes. Oh, they didn't see. Ready. All right. We're going to get into the draft here in just a moment. So let me bring it over to this screen. Having technical difficulties. Oh no. Best voice ever. Oh, I'm working on it. You know what? Uh-oh. Got a small delay, so I'm going to show you the new tech. Whoa! As I bang around the desk here. I have a nice shiny new microphone. It's right here. See this lovely little microphone? Shure SM57. And I can't use it because the Go XLR Mini that I ordered 3 months ago is still not here. Global logistics, man. Global logistics. It sucks. It's probably going to be another month before my tech gets here. And I get my brand new mic. We get that extra bass in the voice. Oh, it's going to be fun. But for now, the old Snowball's doing just fine. We've got one player experiencing some minor technical difficulties. We're trying to get here into game number one. What else can I say about Volskaya Foundry? Is Brightwing? I think Brightwing is still bugged here. There used to be a bug here on Volskaya Foundry where Brightwing would continue to passively heal while driving the mech, which led to Brightwing not being able to enter the mech on this map competitively for a very long time, but I believe 2 patches ago they finally fixed that, so it's no longer like, you know, something that you'll never ever see on Volskaya. There was another major one that they fixed as well. Oh, the Leoric bug. Yes, yes. So I never actually knew what the interaction was, but there was something about Tyrande and Leoric together where Tyrande could do something with Leoric's Wraith Walk to get extra healing for the rest of the game. It was really bad. So those two couldn't... Tyrande with Leoric on the team couldn't choose this level 1 talent. It was like that for like a year. They finally fixed it. I'm glad that they did. Oh, we've got our player back. We're gonna see if our 10th is technically sound as we get here into game number 1. We're gonna check up on him. Send in the medics. Cats are good to go. IMF good. All right, I think we're gonna get a game. Yes. Yes. All good. All right, firing it up. Let's get into game number 1 here. Let's go draft. Let's go draft. Hit that button. We did it. We got a button. Volskaya Industries is our game number 1. It will be Nexus Cats that has the first pick, first ban here on Volskaya. I'm expecting Cassia, May, Deckard, Tassadar bans, as is tradition. Though we may see some target bans. The Cats have been known to sort of bait the enemy and say, you know what? These are banned all the time. I don't think you're ready to play them. And we see that with the Sylvanas ban coming out first from the Nexus Cats. So one of those 4 is going to make it through the draft. Right now, I think Deckard is probably the most, like, public enemy number 1 here on Volskaya Foundry. If he's not banned and not first picked, and or not first picked, I'd be very shocked. May banned here by I Must Feed. Nothing too surprising there as well. We'll see what the Nexus Cats is thinking, if they want to set up for that Deckard, if they want to ban it away. It is going to be the Ana ban here, so leaving a lot of interesting picks open for their first pick opportunity. Definitely a good draft strategy, forcing the second pick team to ban the meta. I know, they're forcing the enemies to ban the meta. Isn't that awesome, Jim? I Must Feed with their second ban. They are going to ban the Cassia, so Tassadar open, Deckard open. See what the Nexus Cats are thinking here. Doctor gonna grab the Orphea. Orphea's strong, and the Doctor on Orphea is even stronger. I'm a little worried that they gave up the Deckard. I'm a little bit worried about it. Ontological, thank you very much for the follow. Appreciate the support. Wrecked, taking an early Garrosh here on Volskaya Foundry with ETC and Johanna up. Very confident Garrosh pick to start off, and Lister Fiend is going to grab the favored Kael'thas, defying my draft recommendations. It's almost like these players know what they're doing in a group environment, and I'm just spouting nonsense. Could be true. Let's see. I can't believe Deckard's gone this long without being picked. There it is! Thank you, McGiblets, for not making me look like so much more of a fool. Oh my god. Mark Zombie picking up the Blaze. Very strong right now after those level 1 shakeups that went through last patch. I Must Feed now looking for the next ban. They've got the Garrosh, they've got the Kael'thas. They decided they do not want to face Diablo here on Volskaya Foundry. Definitely a wombo combo initiator with something like Orphea, Blaze, and Deckard to follow up those CCs, or start it off to get that Apocalypse Eternal Feast combo. So not... I shouldn't have started that with not. A very nice ban by I Must Feed, and Malfurion is going to be banned away by the Nexus Cats. Not wanting to deal with the throw, the stun, the root, they want to deny a little bit more of that combo. John Goodman is going to go ahead and grab the Tychus, and Night Knight grabs Anduin. Now, usually we see Anduin taken in response to a Garrosh to be able to save whoever has been thrown. But with a pretty substantial stun combo coming out from the Blaze and the Deckard lockdowns, having that no strings attached save with the Leap of Faith on Anduin will definitely be useful here. Last 2 picks coming in for the Nexus Cats. They need some follow-up on these combos. Turd Herder is going to grab the Stitches. And Arthano is going to be playing that favored Vala. Arthano putting in a lot of work on that Vala. Usually very, very threatening on this hero. Interesting to see the Stitches. So they want to get that engage from far away. Let Deckard have a lot of space to work with. A lot of space to land those roots. Definitely going to do some work to stay away from that Garrosh, and I Must Feed is going to go ahead and grab Imperius as the laner of choice. And I'll be interested to see whether Blaze or Stitches takes the bottom lane here. Blaze is the traditional choice, but Stitch's offlane is something that we have been seeing a little bit more of. But we don't have to wait too long. We're going to find out soon. It is Nexus Cats versus I Must Feed. Game 1 in Volskaya. Let's get into it. All right. We're back at the face cam. We're waiting up for these teams to load in. Get my water before we start, so I'm ready to call the game here. Alrighty. Loading in here to game number 1. We've got a nice little abduction combo on the side of Nexus Cats, but we've got the Garrosh Imperious. A lot of stun and root follow-up coming out from I Must Feed as well. So both these teams are going to have to position very, very carefully, as we have some heavy displacement here on both sides. Loading in here in just a moment. Here we go. All right, game number 1. On the left in the blue are the Nexus Cats, with Arthanau playing that Vala, the Doctor on Orphea, Turd Herder playing the Blaze, McGiblets is on Deckard, and Mark Zombie is going to play the Stitches. And if you looked at the overlay, it would be wrong because they switched some stuff up. Oh, we've got to pause. There's a bat. I think Mark Zombie might have a bat in his house. That's not good. That's the opposite of good. We're going to take it back to the... Alright, on the right in the red is I Must Feed with Lister Fiend on the Kael'thas, Rex playing Garrosh, Night Knight on the Anduin, Sudden Bears playing the Imperious, and John Goodman on the Tychus. Here we go, game number 1, Volskaya Foundry. We have the Savor the Flavor coming in for the Stitches, and we've got the Globe Quest for Kael'thas. They'll be looking for those E-casts and regen globes here in the early game, as we have no off-lane chicanery, just a fancy 4v5. Turd Herder down in the bottom lane, often doesn't join this mid-fight, just ready to go in the lanes, wants to get on top of that wave as quickly as possible, as the double spear from Sudden Bears catches to the Doctor and Arthanau, flanking on the edges, putting some extra damage onto Rekt, but the waves are cleared, and we're going to start our rotation here. Looks like the wave clear is a little bit ahead on the side of the Nexus Cats. Arthanau dodging, diving around the Doctor there, passing the bomb a little bit. Turd Herder trying to help with this rotation early, has the opportunity, out-clearing Imperious in the bottom lane. So far, pretty, Rekt actually getting the throw onto Mark Zombie, having to be pulled away by Anduin as there was a lot of damage coming out from Orphea and Vala. Looking for a pick, almost got counterpicked as these teams continue their rotation. Both teams are pretty well caught up in this rotation, not able to go back to their turret camps just yet. Once again, Rekt sort of finding themselves out of position here. Gets rooted by Deckard, the Doctor and Arthanau trying to move up, but the stun lands and Rekt will manage to get away. We'll see who will break off for these turrets as we approach the 2-minute mark here. Looks like the teams are still clashing here in the top lane, as the Doctor and Arthanau doing a good job of keeping up the wave clear. It looks like Vala is going to go ahead and start that turret camp, and Tychus is going to go ahead and start it for the red team. Rekt actually in some trouble here. So we go out and check. Oh, can we get them both on the screen? Kinda, sorta. They're working on their turret camps. Lister Fiend getting the clear in the top lane. Take a look at the XP here. We do see a slight minion lead coming in for the Nexus Cats. They did get slightly ahead on the rotation in the top and the mid lane. Blaze also doing a good job of pressing that wave clear advantage into Imperious. I Must Feed is on top of their siege camp right away, with Night Knight and John Goodman getting that set up to move during this objective. Mark Zombie keeping an eye on the heal camp, making sure it's not stolen away. Arc Zombie confirming the deafness of his team. Turd Herder and Sudden Bears continuing their endless struggle in the bottom lane. Arc Zombie having a little bit of trouble there. Hopefully that clears itself up. Looks like McGiblets and Arthano are going to pick up their siege camp second, playing that slight macro advantage heading into the first objective here. I Must Feed is getting some... Oh. And we've got another pause. Looks like Mark Zombie's going to try to fix things up here. We're going to try to fix up that ping. Alright, we are back into the game. The ISPs are to blame, as is per usual. Those damn internet service providers. We are contesting the front point. Mark Zombie getting thrown into tower range. The follow-up stuns and roots. Ooh, I think that ping is starting to show. Actually, Mark Zombie is surviving for the meantime, finally going down. The counter kill onto Wrecked. So we are in a 4v4. A slight level 7 advantage here for the Nexus Cats will be quickly closed up by IMF. Turd Herder placing that oil, trying to control the rotations around this point, as we see I Must Feed is going up to clear this camp. They do have 58% on this objective, and this is the first time that Nexus Cats has captured the point, so they do have the time to go ahead, clear this up, and then take another run at the objective point. The Bat is downloading 4K movies. I like it, that's good. Alright, controlling the point once again is the Nexus Cats. Wrecked on the point, looking to get a throw. Does find Blaze. There's the follow-up stun by Sudden Bears and the stun by Listerfiend as well. Turd Herder actually using the trait to wiggle on out of there, walking through those Deckard potions. That's the full combo. Turd Herder actually getting caught under the tower a little bit there. I Must Feed keeps the point. Listerfiend may go down here. Kael'thas getting taken out by Vala. Stitches and Vala inside the Protector. They're going to work this front wall in the mid and then head up to the top lane to try to get the front wall and the well in preparation for number 2. Just waiting on that wave. Here they come. Here comes the slam. The Doctor taking a bit of poke damage there from Night Knight and John Goodman as this well and wall are being worked down. Looks like mission successful with this first Protector. They got exactly what they needed to get. Gonna get a little bit of fort damage. Actually, it might have been a little bit too greedy there. This Protector's going down very quickly. Having to walk the long way. Looks like the Protector will get out of there just fine. Going for that last slam is a little bit risky, especially if they take out the Protector while you are in enemy range. You risk getting picked off there. Stitches going ahead and bailing the Protector in the safety of their own fort. As level 10 is getting very close here for the Nexus Cats, though I Must Feed is not that far behind. Turret camps, once again, are the point of contention. Wreck looking for a throw on the Doctor, actually catches Mark Zombie. The X double roots, the double stuns. Stitches lands the E, but it's not enough. And Mark Zombie is going to go down here. Level 10s are here for the Nexus Cats. It looks like Wrecked will be the counter kill. Both tanks are down. That is a 4v4 situation. Good job by the Nexus Cats using those heroics to turn things around. We saw the Crushing Jaws and the Rain of Vengeance coming out from Vala and Orphea. The bunker drop from Turd Herder to try to save from those big combos coming out from IMF. The Gorge from Stitches, and of course the Stay a While and Listen from Deckard Cain. Turrets are taken from both teams as we set up for Control Point B. Turd Herder could be in some trouble here. The stun from Sudden Bears is on point. They don't manage to stop the jet propulsion. Looks like Turd Herder will manage to get on out of there. Taking a look at the heroics from I Must Feed, the taunt from Garrosh, the Draken laser drill coming out from John Goodman, light bomb from the Anduin. There's the throw onto Mark Zombie. They want the Stitches again. The taunt is there. Pyroblast coming out. They really want this kill. And once again, it looks like the tanks are going to get traded. No! Instead, it's going to be the kill. Oh, and Rex still manages to go down anyway. Arthano getting very, very aggressive and taking out the Garrosh right under the enemy fort. Very nicely done. Nexus Cats are going to use this opportunity to grab the heal camp and prepare for the next objective. finishing off those heroics. We did see the Pyroblast coming out from Kael'thas before he was sent back to the Nexus, and of course angelic armaments from the Imperius. Turret Herder using that extra wave clear, juking by not moving at all, a masterful move by the offlaner. Dr. Arthano and McGiblets are working on this mid-fort. This is more of a late-game objective, this mid-fort, so they're going to have to back on up. Ooh, John Goodman actually being pulled in, but a nice stun by Rekt is going to stop the abduction from going any further. Ults are out. There's the light bomb onto John Goodman, catching one. Turret Herder still very healthy in the middle of IMF. Sudden Bears and Garrosh going to be going down here. Listerfiend being chased. Oh, a double stun by Turret Herder catches the retreating Tychus and Anduin. Oh, Arthano going in very deep, and that's a full team wipe by the Nexus Cats, giving up the Doctor on Orphea to do it. But a very aggressive push there. Amazing that that jet propulsion actually managed to stun both players. It looked like they were too far apart, but I guess they were just pixel perfect right on the edge of that stun. Very nice job by the Nexus Cats, opening up a nice little experience lead. Nearly 4,000 extra experience on those hero kills, and almost 2,000 ahead on those minions is giving them this nearly 2-level lead going into the second objective. Taking a look at the hero damage, we see Arthano leading the way with nearly 30,000 hero damage here at the 9-minute mark. Though that could be trouble. Rekt is looking around the back, once again throwing in the stitches. There's the follow-up route, trying to get Mark Zombie out of there. The taunt is there. Rekt trying to escape from the back line, but the sleep catches 3 after the leap of faith lands. Arthano once again trying to get the Tychus. No, the regen just too much. Oh, and Garrosh going down in the back line. Once again, Rekt is getting targeted very nicely by the Nexus Cats. Deckard going to control the point, leave those healing potions out for the Nexus Cats to use, and it looks like this top fort will be the next to fall. I Must Feed is going to have to back off, try to get their experience in order. Cover those lanes. Right now, Sudden Bears is doing a great job with the Imperius, trying to keep their team in the game. But it looks like Control Point B will absolutely be going over to the Nexus Cats and will be heading on down to the bottom lane to try to set up for Objective Point C. Arthano getting ready to push with this siege camp alongside the Protector. Mark Zombie just warding away the members of IMF, keeping an eye on things, while Deckard holds the point solo. Looks like Deckard's going to have to peel on out of there, though. IMF is starting to threaten up top. The Protector is taken. We see Stitches getting on in along with Deckard. Are they going to go for a keep, or are they going to head on down to the bottom lane? It looks like they're going to settle for the bottom lane push. Blaze already down there, softening up the lane. This is going to be a big deal here for the Nexus Cats, as they're going to be able to get right onto this fort. A nice stun by Sudden Bears, getting a bit of burst damage onto the Blaze player. Sudden Bears wiggling on out of there, using those armaments, but is it going to be enough? Oh, not quite. Deckard with that empowered Haradra Cube grabs the Imperius kill right in the middle of that leap of faith. With this fort down, the Protector with nearly full health. There goes Tychus, actually. The Doctor could be next, though. A nice taunt by Garrosh before getting pushed away by the Protector, and Orphea goes down here. That's 2 kills on the side of Nexus Cats, but 1 going down as well. They're going for the keep. Let's see if they have enough Protector health to get it. It looks like they've got the damage from Arthano locking onto this keep, and they almost certainly will be going down. A very nice pickup there from Objective Point B. Once again, Stitches and Deckard are going to have to be careful about overstaying their welcome here. Arthano chasing onto Anduin. Stitches staying very, very deep. Sudden Bears gets the spear onto Deckard, and we've got a fight here. There's the big sleep onto one. The Giblets is kind of stuck in the back here with Goodman, Bears, and Listerfiend. Garrosh is going to be going down first. There's the light bomb connecting on no one as Deckard managed to wiggle on out of there, but it's right now is just buying time. Deckard is going to go down, and the rest of Nexus Cats are going to escape here. Might have overstayed their welcome just a little bit there, but ultimately not too much lost. They got the keep. They're far, far ahead in experience. They're going to go ahead and grab this heal camp as well. Not too much lost there. The Doctor's going to go ahead and grab this turret camp while available. These lanes are pushed in. That means Nexus Cats have all the room in the world to go ahead and pick up this camp unopposed. Siege camp picked up by I Must Feed to help push away that top lane, and it looks like the next point of contention is going to be this turret camp. Oh, a huge fishing hook onto Listerfiend. The follow-up not quite there. A double stun by Orphea, trying to stay alive with that extra auto attack healing. Orphea will be the first to fall. Rekt trying to escape through the back exit. Arthano on the chase, and Garrosh goes down. Turnherder could be next, though. IMF is starting to turn this around. Sudden Bear's looking for a big spear. There's the light bomb, the double stun onto Mark Zombie. Stitch is going down here. Arthano still with that extra movement speed. Looks like Vala and Deckard are going to get away, but IMF turning things around on that turret camp, making up a lot of that lost XP. We see 15 kills to 9, but even on almost... Actually, IMF is ahead on that hero kill XP based on when they got those kills in the game. Very nice turnaround there by I Must Feed. That's the danger of playing from ahead here in Heroes of the Storm. If you are too ahead on these levels and you take those uneven fights, you're obviously favored to win based on the stats, but if you lose, you're giving the enemy team a lot of experience to catch up to you. Still a little bit over a level lead here, but if IMF can start pushing down these structures, start getting some of this stored XP in the walls, the XP difference is a little bit closer than you might think. Turret going down here. Wall being focused by I Must Feed. Vala is looking for a flank. This could be the fight that Nexus Cats wants, or do they just want to soak 20? Control point is unlocking in about 20 seconds. There's the hook, not quite finding Anduin. Nexus Cats looking for a possible fight. The Draken Laser Drill is out. It's going to force the Nexus Cats back. I know, it forces them back, Jim. It's very exciting. Level 20 is on the horizon. Ooh, the Mark Zombie abducts Rekt and is going to try to put him underneath the fort here. There's the extra stuns, and Garrosh is going to go down. McGiblets catches 3 in the stay a while and listen. Turnherder looking to body block. There's the jet propulsion. Night Knight on the chase. Orphea going down to 17 health before being taken out. The Pyroblast lands true. Couldn't get to the bunker in time. So that's Tychus and Imperius down, but Orphea down as well. 1 kill for 3, and it looks like Nexus Cats are coming out ahead, and they're going to control this point C. Mark Zombie on the chase is looking for 1, not quite finding Listerfiend with that fishing hook. But here they are. This could be the chase. The Arcane Barrier goes out, and it looks like Kael'thas is going to be just fine. Mark Zombie moving into enemy territory, trying to pick up those ruby potions. Right now, Blaze holding that bottom point, while the rest of the squad is going to push mid. Kael'thas doing a good job of getting enough damage onto Nexus Cats where they don't just waltz in for free. Level 20 still a little bit off here for I Must Feed. This could be a defense without level 20, as this Protector could go straight onto the core if they choose. Though the entirety of I Must Feed is back on the map. Orphea will be joining. Will be slightly behind the Protector here. We'll see if Nexus Cats can be patient, whether they want to go for a keep, whether they want to go for a core here.
Blue team has taken control of
Here comes Blaze. They're going to go ahead and set up the people that they want to get into this Protector. Looks like the Doctor is catching up here. Mark Zombie looking for Listerfiend once again, but not quite finding him. Alright, looks like they are going to set up on this keep. They're making the safer play here. Making sure to get Stitches back into this Protector. Turnherder being pushed away. Arthano is in a little bit of trouble here. Has to get away from Rekt. Stitches having to peel back with that Protector to try to protect Arthano. There's the Leap of Faith, avoiding the double combo coming out from Nexus Cats. That's a couple of important heroics down. Arthano taking a lot of extra damage here, trying to vault away from Sudden Bears. The Light Bomb does not connect. Spala just too swift here. Sudden Bear's in a lot of trouble. Imperius is going to be the first to fall to that Orphea. The big stun there onto Garrosh, trying to stay alive with those extra W stacks. Garrosh is going down. The Pyroblast onto Vala is not enough. The extra spell armor from Gloom keeping Arthano alive. And it looks like Nexus Cats will be moving onto the core with these 2 kills. Protector is already down here. Shielding still up. This isn't a clear core call. A lot of damage could be going out here. Tychus actually abducted by Mark Zombie. Gonna get dropped off. John Goodman in the thick of things, trying to get as much damage in as possible. I'm not sure this is... Oh, and Arthano actually able to lock on in the background. Nexus Cats goes up 1-0. GG. I almost missed that. I was focused on the abduction, I was focused on the flanking, but it was Arthano in the end, locked onto that core, taking it down. And Nexus Cats going up 1-0 in this series. We saw 20 kills to 10. We saw I Must Feed turning things around on that turret camp, but ultimately the macro pressure, the previous objective victories, just too much to overcome, and Nexus Cats picks up the win. Arthano topping the siege damage and the hero damage with 0 kills, showing why Vala is at the top of his list. Very nicely done. Meanwhile, on IMF, Tychus leading the way with the 58,000 hero damage. Very nicely played as well. Alrighty. Game number 1 is in the books. We're going to set up here for game number 2. I'm going to head to a quick break. I will be back soon. Don't go away. Look at that timing. Dragonshire, game number 3? Nah, this is game number 2. Here between Nexus Cats plus Lead and I Must Feed. At least we've got a game. At least we've got a game. Curse, you always miss the ball in Rocket League? Man. I missed a fair amount. These players getting these crazy, like, super hard shots or bouncing stuff off the wall or knowing exactly where it's going to carry them to. It was too much, man. Couldn't handle it, couldn't hack it. Deckard banned away by I Must Feed, May summarily banned by Nexus Cats here on Dragonshire. I expect the Cassia ban probably coming out from Nexus Cats as we see Garrosh actually banned away by I Must Feed, interestingly enough. I assume the Cassia will not be let through. But maybe it'll be a test. Maybe Nexus Cats will offer it up and say, are you ready to play it? Are you ready to play the Cassia? Could see a Kael'thas ban. We saw a nice play there by Listerfiend in the last game. It's actually going to be a Diablo ban. So Orphea, Cassia, Tassadar, all open. Cassia is going to be picked up by John Goodman. Says he's ready to play the Amazon. Orphea, Tassadar are open. I'm not expecting them both, but I am expecting one of them here coming out from the Nexus Cats. McGiblets is going to go ahead and grab that ETC. And Turd Herder actually going to snap up the Rexar. Not one that's often let through here on Dragonshire. Rexar very, very good at controlling that top lane. So they're going to go ahead and let those assassins on through. Makes me wonder what sort of strategy they're going for here. Listerfiend grabbing the Sylvanas. And Rekt is going to take Mal'Ganis. Mal'Ganis does suffer a little bit against ATC with those face melts, though with the increase in the cooldown that does favor Mal'Ganis a little bit. We'll see how that matchup looks here. One thing ATC cannot do is slide through Mal'Ganis if he's facing the correct direction. The sleep resolves first. Ana going to be banned away by Nexus Cats. If you're looking to play Mal'Ganis and ETC's already picked up, I wonder if they're going to ban away Raynor. Raynor often picked against Mal'Ganis, having that very low cooldown Q to push stuff away. It's going to be an Orphea ban, though. They don't want to see the Doctor on that mage anymore today. I'm expecting... There's the Tassadar and there's the Stukov. So here's what I'm thinking. Lead plays a mean Stukov, by the way. That's going to be cool. Rhaegar picked up by Night Knight. Deathwing is going to be grabbed by Sudden Bears. I think we've got a Zeratul last pick on our hands, folks. I think Arthano's ready to play it. I think there's going to be a Zeratul here. Could be Vala again. There is a Deathwing on the other side. Could be something like a Greymane. But I'm feeling, this is the Zeratul map. Are you gonna go for it, bud? You gonna do it? There it is. Arthano bringing out the ganker themselves, Zeratul, the Dark Templar. Deathwing definitely throwing a wrench into the mix, though Tassadar, with that high damage long-range shock ray, can definitely deal the damage required into Deathwing. We'll see which team comes out on top. Nexus Cats looking to close this out 2-0. IMF looking to force a game 3 here on Dragonshire. Let's get into it. All right. We found our sub loading in here to game number 2 on Dragonshire. I'm not muted or anything. I can't remember. It was during the NGS Storm Division cast. I came back from the first break and I was muted, and I'm just going to be thinking about that for like a year. Oh, it was awful. It was bad. It scarred my being. All right, we're loading into Dragonshire. We'll be in just a moment. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. On the left, in the blue, once again, we have the Nexus Cats, with Arthano playing the Zeratul. Turd Herder is going to be on Rexar, led on the Stukov, the Doctor playing Tassadar, and McGiblets playing the ETC. On the right, in the red, is I Must Feed. Listerfiend is going to be playing the Sylvanas. Sudden Bears on the Deathwing. John Goodman will be playing the not often seen Cassia. Wrecked on the Mal'Ganis. And Night Knight on the Rhaegar.
3, 2,
Here we go. Game number 2 onto Dragonshire. Rexar, as Turd Herder often does, heading straight to the off lane. Tassadar's going to be looking to stack up those Qs, as is tradition. No other questing talents to be seen. Team's going to be looking to simply clear these waves, head on down to the bottom lane. This is where Deathwing can definitely get an early advantage, using that Incinerate to rock that wave. Arthano getting slept by the Mal'Ganis there, the Doctor getting caught as well. John Goodman putting out a ton of damage, and Zeratul actually first blood here. IMF bringing the noise with all sorts of confidence. McGillet's now being chased away. The rotation favoring I Must Feed here in the early going. Led actually getting caught out by Wrecked on the rotation. Can they land the sleep? Yes, they can. John Goodman is there, as well as Night Knight. Does Stukov have enough health to get out of here? Wreck lands the stun, and Stukov is taken down. 2 early kills here for I Must Feed. Deathwing in the top lane will be battling it out with Rexar. That's going to be mostly a test on Rexar's mana, as Misha is going to be taking a lot of damage from that Deathwing, forcing the heals to be cast by Turd Herder. Looks like the siege camp will be picked up for IMF. They're looking to invade here, but Nexus Cat's not currently on their siege camp. Trying to just catch up in XP here. A nice sleep there onto Tassadar. The follow-up stun by Wrecked. Taking a lot of tower shots here, though, led with the nice silence. Can they flank around to get this Mal'Ganis? Doesn't look like it. The wall comes out, and the shrines, or the points, are open. The Giblet sliding on through. Night Knight getting silenced, and Rhaegar will be taken down. The Doctor taking a lot of extra damage from that Sylvanas, so we'll have to back up here. Right now, Zeratul trying to pick up a very early Dragon Knight. It looks like with Rexar holding the point versus Deathwing, Arthano is going to pick this up, and one of the earliest dragons that you will see here on Dragonshire. Going to be heading up to the top lane, going to take out this top well with this very, very open space here on Dragonshire while the rest of the teams are here. Nice stun there onto Cassia, pushing him back into the silent zone. Oh, the Doctor leaning that shock ray into the well, picking up the kill onto John Goodman. Very nicely done. The dragon kind of wandering a little bit, did pick up the well in the top lane. That's going to give Rexar a little bit of an advantage here. Wrecked avoids the stun there from the Giblets, trying to slide on through, but the silent zone is still there, cannot complete the rest of the Fell Claws. And this is some serious trouble here for IMF, as the Dragon Knight, though it's about to expire, is getting some serious damage on this bottom wall. Full wall is taken out. McGiblet's looking to slide in. Doesn't find the hit, so it looks like Nexus Cats are going to get on back. Turd Herder going to have to go back for mana here, as Sudden Bear's trying to double soak as best as that big dragon body can. This is where Arthano is going to be a definite asset. Zeratul a much stronger double soaker than Deathwing. Now picking up the siege camp is Nexus Cats, trying to avoid any invades here. Actually not stepping onto the point. This could be the opportunity. IMF does contest the point here. Rekt is right on top of things, but McGiblets with the slide and bump does pick up the siege camp. Rekt is going to have to be careful. Arthano is in the back. The cleave is there. Mal'Ganis is going to be going down. Cassia could be next. Ooh, Cassia is going to get away. McGiblets does find the slide, and Cassia's going to go down. Lister Fiend looking to be next. Is the Shock Ray going to be there? No, the Cleave is going to be there, and that is 3 kills for the Nexus Cats. Very nicely done. An early lead here for I Must Feed is erased by these mid-game kills. The XP from the hero kills now over 3,000 for the Nexus Cats, even on minions, even on mercenaries. This is definitely something that IMF can catch up from. The fight once again in the bottom lane. Led landing those silent zones, really causing havoc there for Mal'Ganis that needs to use those Fell Claws to reposition in these fights. Turd Herder trying to push away Sudden Bears. This is where the wave clear of Deathwing definitely starting to become a factor in the top lane. Siege camp picked up by IMF. Sudden Bears actually took a little bit of extra damage there underneath those towers. Is going to have to head back to the air, regen that health, regen those plates, and rejoin the fight. IMF looking to work around this bruiser camp, but Nexus Cats is here. We'll see if they can do this under cover of brush, or whether Nexus Cats sniffs this out. Lister Fiend is keeping them busy here in the bottom lane. It looks like the rest of IMF, they're going to grab this camp, but another very quick Dragon Knight is picked up by Nexus Cats. Very nicely done. Arthano always in position to grab that dragon. Level 10 is about to be here for the Nexus Cats. This could be trouble for IMF as we see the heroic choices starting to come through. Zeratul heading straight onto this bottom tower, wanting to pick that up. No minions to speak of. This could be a tough push here. Zeratul gonna have to be careful. This fort only half health before the dragon expires. The Giblets is in the mix, pushing Rekt back. There's the big sleep. It looks like Mal'Ganis is going to get out of there just fine. Silent Zone not available here. And even without a Dragon Knight, I think this bottom fort may be forfeit. Level 10 still not quite online here for IMF. They need about another wave or two. Rexar is currently pushing without much trouble as Deathwing does drop down to contest that top lane. Level 10s are about to be here. There's the big slide. McGiblets is looking for a mosh pit and does find it. The full duration is out. McGiblets is in trouble, though, is in fort range. Will be the first to fall. John Goodman very low as well. That's the counter kill onto Cassia. Mal'Ganis is going to go down. Night Knight is looking for lead. Oh, Arthano with a big Void Prison. 39 health. Will that be enough? Yes, Rhaegar's going to go down here. Lister Fiend is going to get away as the members of Nexus Cats were very, very low. And that fort is still very threatening, being able to target heroes in range. There it goes. Deathwing once again working on that double soak, trying to keep IMF in the game experience-wise. We see starting to open up a little bit of a minion lead is the Nexus Cats, and definitely ahead on those hero kills. 9-3 here. And a 4,000 experience lead. Working on the macro game here are both of our teams. Bruiser Camp being picked up for IMF. Siege Camp being picked up by the Nexus Cats. And the battle continues here in the top lane of health versus mana. Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, Nexus Cats trying to guide these Siege Giants onto the keep wall, forcing a response from I Must Feed. Zeratul rotating around to the top lane, looking to clear out that Bruiser Camp. Head back to the talent choices here. Level 13 is very close for the Nexus Cats. This could be the opportunity to fight. As once again, it looks like Rexar is going to take control of that top shrine with Zeratul there as well. John Goodman actually being slid on by McGiblets. He's in the thick of things, trying to keep that armor high. Bloodlust is out though. Rex does not quite connect with the stun before Lead can hit the flailing swipe. Very nicely timed ult there by our Stukov player. IMF does control this bottom shrine, so it won't be another quick Dragon Knight for Arthano. McGiblets looking for the slide onto Lister Fiend, just a pixel off, and Rect is in the backline. John Goodman going for the big sweeping fends. There is the giant mosh pit, once again going the full duration. Cassia going to go down here. Lister Fiend is slowed, using the Wanting Wave to get away. The fadeaway silence arrow does land. Oh, a very nice wall. Traps Mal'Ganis, and that's going to be a double kill. Bottom shrine is taken. There's not a lot Deathwing's going to be able to do in this top lane except possibly kill Rexar, as Misha will be able to stay on that point pretty much forever. Turn Herder, watch out! Rexar going down in the top lane. Not quite respecting those lunges. Dragon Knight is picked up by the Nexus Cats, though, along with layering this siege camp. It looks like they're going to be pushing down the bottom lane, looking for keep. Without Rexar to join, that means Deathwing is going to come down here and make this an odd-numbered engagement. Lead and McGiblet's going to have to be very careful here. Once again, Arthano just sort of moving in with that Dragon Knight, trying to get as much siege damage as possible. Wrecked in the back line. Arthano is ready to blink away, does avoid the Fell Claws. Wall is out from Tassadar. McGiblet's looking for another opportunity. A huge Root Silence combo from Lead, catching all three. The Void Prison is out. Cassia is down. Mal'Ganis is down. Night Knight is pinned. And another triple kill by the Nexus Cats. I've seen some big Stukov combos, but oh my goodness. That might be the biggest Stukov-only combo that I have ever cast. Amazing work by Lead. Arthano going to have to be a little bit careful here, getting aggro from both keeps. This bottom keep is going to go down here before IMF can rejoin the battle. Rexar is back on the field versus Deathwing in the top lane. And they're going to go ahead and back on out, as Deathwing is going to have to re-enter the skies for health and plates. Lead trailing behind. It looks like Nexus Cats are thinking about this bottom bruiser camp. Thinking better of it, as Zeratul currently controlling the mid lane. IMF not quite showing on the map. Would have been a greedy play for sure, even with the level 16 to 14. Looks like they're going to settle for the safer positioning siege camp. McGiblets is going to keep an eye on things in the bottom lane. I Must Feed looking around, trying to stay as a group, trying to look for an opportunity to engage. Zeratul actually working solo on this bruiser camp, able to do that with that Void Slash coming in at level 16, along with those Mending Strikes. Probably the Mending Strikes helping more. I don't know anything about Zeratul builds. Void Slash is hero damage, Crush, so it's not going to help on this camp. Regardless, Arthano will pick up the bruiser camp solo. Learn, would you, caster? Turd Herder taking that top shrine. Poor Misha waiting to respawn here. There she is. What a good bear. IMF looking for the gank here onto Rexar, realizing bottom lane was not going their way. They're going to go ahead and move their attention to the top lane. Arthano looking for another quick Dragon Knight. This could be trouble here for Tassadar. The triple gank is out. Oh, the blink does land. There's another big mosh pit catching two. The silence from Stukov is there. Cassie is down. Mal'Ganis is down. Night Knight could be next. Sudden Bear's very low as well. Deathwing is down. Rhaegar's actually going to escape here. Lister Fiend with a bit of a short haunting wave will be taken out. That is 4 kills for the Nexus Cats. Dragon Knight also available here. We've got 2 camps bashing down the core's door. Actually already taking out the shield. This looks like it's going to be GG. Night Knight doing their best to clear out these camps, clear out these catapults, but here comes the squad, here comes the dragon. Arthano with the Void Prison just to be sure. Lead trying to actually get stunned out, not going to have enough damage to finish off Rhaegar, but the core will absolutely be taken down here. And Nexus Cats pick up the 2-0 victory. GG. All right, post-game synopsis. We saw some power picks coming out from the Nexus Cats with that Rexar and Zeratul very comfortable here on the Dragonshire. Tassadar, played by the Doctor, topping it out on the hero damage with 0 deaths on that Tassadar. Very nicely played. On the other side of things, Sudden Bear is picking up a lot of extra damage versus the Rexar in that top lane, topping the stats across the board. Still, Nexus Cats showing them how it's done here on to Dragonshire. Very nicely done. All right, we're going to hang out here, see if we can get an interview here with the Nexus Cats before we close things out tonight. Send them a quick ping. There we go.
Hello.
Turd Herder, thank you very much for joining me. Congratulations on your win.
Thank you. Thank you. Before we say anything else, thank you very much to I Must Feed and their incredible patience, and to yours as well. We had some technical issues, obviously, so just wanted to apologize and say thank you to them for being so patient.
Well, it happens. This has been a very friendly league thus far. Very nice of them to give you guys the time you needed to go ahead and sort that out, get us up, and finish out this series.
Absolutely.
So, taking a look here, Volskaya Foundry, we saw a pretty back and forth there. Things were looking your way for most of that game until the invading of the turret camp attempt. What was the calls like there, and how did you come back from that moment?
Yeah, I think, and this is something we've struggled with lately, and the call that we make in comms is stop playing with our food. I think we just overstayed our welcome. We got a couple kills. We're like, you get that bloodlust going, where we're almost ready to keep it going, and then we just kind of get turned on. And I don't know how many games of ours you've casted, but that's kind of a common theme, something that we need to work on, and something our coach is kind of yelling at us about.
Well, it happens for sure. The opportunity definitely there. Tough call to make. You almost turned it around there, but ultimately I Must Feed working their way back into the game. But
yeah.
The late game team fights going your way, ultimately picking up that first win.
Absolutely.
Now, Dragonshire, it seemed like you had a pretty prepared strategy there with the Zeratul Rexar. Did you pretty much get everything you needed for that comp?
Well, so we didn't have Mark. So we were actually kind of limited, and we accidentally banned. So Gibbs doesn't play tank for us, so I'm not giving out any extra secrets here. But he told us before. He said, "I play Dibbles, I play Gary, and I play ETC." And if you'll recall the bans, we banned Dibbles for reasons that remain unknown, and then they banned Gary. So Gibbs is yelling at us in comms like, "Why are you banning all my heroes? Now I can only play one of them." Unfortunately, it wound up working out. But yeah, I mean, Zeratul is definitely a hero that we've played. We play in Storm League sometimes, and same with Rexar. So it definitely something we do well, and we're a pretty mature team at this point, and I think our comms are really clean for the most part, and that certainly helps with that pairing.
Absolutely. Dragonshire definitely one of the more difficult maps to get the comms clear on, since there's so many points of contention, so many different focus points around the map, so having that experience has got to help out for sure.
Yeah. No, definitely. And it's not a map that we go to all the time for that exact reason. But we were feeling it today, and it wound up working out.
Good stuff. All right, so a couple questions about the offlane there. How do you feel about that Rexar into Deathwing matchup? We saw you definitely be able to control that shrine point, but it was to me it looked sort of like a battle between health pool and mana pool on your end. How do you approach that matchup in the solo lane?
Yeah, I think in hindsight I probably could have done better. I think I got killed once or twice there, I think, and it was really just by me. I think my goal, at least halfway through the map, was just kind of to pepper him, just to pester him a little bit. But he was doing a really good job of juking the Misha and kind of sticking on the Rexar body. And shout out to Sudden Bears. He plays a really good Deathwing, and he really made me work for it. I do think Rexar, being able to separate and spread out on that map specifically, putting Misha on point and then keeping the body to soak definitely helps. But like I said, he definitely gave me a run for my money. And Deathwing, I think, one of the things we said in game or in comms was, hey, we're probably not going to be able to kill Deathwing. So just, kind of let me flop around and do my best and worry about the 4-man.
All right, so definitely an interesting way to approach that matchup when you know you can't get the kill and you got to think about that secondary objective.
Right,
and
exactly.
Controlling that point on Dragonshire, absolutely a worthy objective to focus on. And one other thing I've noticed with your gameplay, not only in this series but in most of the series I've cast you in, you generally tend not to join that mid brawl at minute 0. Is that sort of an evaluation you make based on the comp, or is that more a personal habit?
Oh man, you're calling me out. Put me on blast here in front of everyone. When I joined the Nexus Cats, I was definitely a little bit more green behind the ears here, and I just think the level 1 fight just doesn't make sense to me all the time. I don't know.
Okay.
We do communicate about it. I often ask, but we've found that we get pretty decent value splitting off like that. But I don't want to say that it's an every time kind of thing. So
okay. I find that often that mid-fight does tend to go on for a lot longer than it needs to. You end up losing that side soak, so I can definitely see the advantage there. And it seems like your team has a pretty healthy approach to that 4v5. They're not diving all the way past the midline looking for a kill without their solo laner there to support. So I think it definitely isn't something that I'm looking at going like, they're playing weirdly. It's just something I've noticed a lot in your gameplay.
Absolutely, and I think Mark, who's typically our shot caller, Mark with the combination of the other men that make up the 4-man, do a really good job of basically reacting to me not being there, and really pretty much set the tone for the match that, look, yeah, we'll 4v5 you and we'll do good. So just wait till we get a 5v5 going, okay?
The power play is coming out from the Nexus Cats.
Yeah. Of course, that's paraphrasing.
Absolutely. Good stuff. All right. Well, as we're approaching the end of the season, we're starting to think about the playoffs here. Are there any big playoff matches you're looking forward to? Any big rematches?
Well, so we actually still have to play Lubu, who I understand is another team still in playoff contention. From what I understand about the tournament, the bracket is actually still kind of wonky, unless it's changed recently. I think there's a lot of teams, pretty much every team from 6th place up is still in contention, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, there's a lot of teams there's a good amount with 3 wins right now. This tonight puts you up to 4.
Right.
There's a couple teams up at the top with the 5 wins. So the things can definitely jump around here.
Absolutely. I think we really like, and I put like in like heavy air quotes, playing against XGD. I think we have a pretty storied history between our two teams, and the story hasn't always gone in our favor, but damn, do we give it a good try. And they give us a really good match, and it's an intellectually engaging match. The drafts are crazy. DeWitt is an excellent drafter for his team and scouter. I think it really puts Arthur, our scouter and drafter, to the test. And we really like those matches, and that's a match I think we're all looking forward to playing again.
Excellent. Well, I hope we get to see that before the season is out. All right. Well, once again, thank you very much for making sure we got those 2 games in. I'm glad we were able to do it. Congratulations on your win. And any shout-outs you want to make before we close things down here?
Yeah, sure. First and foremost, thanks to Led for filling in a pinch. We've played before because our guys have been playing with lead just for fun in Storm League, just to not solo queue, and I think he fit really nicely in a pinch, and we really appreciate him being able to do that, and obviously getting the win for it too. I'd like to thank or shout out to my Meme Factory LLC friends. My first NGS team, they were in chat watching, cheering me on the side, saying, "Oh man, that's such a good play, way to go!" And so that was really cool to have them there watching. And shout out to our coach, who I know was watching as well, the Beatbox, and shout out to my team, I guess.
Fantastic. All right, well, good luck in the remainder of the season.
Real quick, shout out to you as well. Thank you for casting, sir.
Oh, my pleasure entirely. Glad to do it. Good luck going forward, and I'll see you in your next games.
All right, take care.
Take care.